So, first I will explain the software and then I will explain course outcome, module outcome and unit lecture outcome differences. Okay. So, in last lecture what I said, what is course outcome, what is module outcome, what is unit outcome and how to design your course in outcome based manner. Okay. Now, I will show you the software, framework software which can help you to design the outcome based framework which I have explained and develop the entire course, and I will also describe how you use this course for teaching, so that your teaching become more effective. Okay. So, please note down the address which is www.ide.iitkgp.ac.in. Okay. Please write down this web address in any browser, use Google Chrome or Mozilla and type this web address. You will get a page. I will show you the page. This page will open up. Okay. In this page, you can see the lot of buttons are there. So, there is a 3 important points are there: institute registration, training and course overview. This is an web based open access framework software. It can be accessed from anywhere by anybody and it can use for develop his or her own courses. Okay. So, the facility of these pages are there: institute registration, training means individual course development and course view means if you want to see the example courses which is already developed, that can be seen from that button. So, I explain one by one. So, this is developed under the MHRD project, we call pedagogy project, and under this project this framework software has been developed. Okay. So, now any institute, suppose institute A want to develop its entire all program curricula in outcome based manner. Suppose institute A said he run 5 or 6 program, he want to register all 6 program and develop the entire institute outcome based curricula. Okay. So, if you click on institute registration, it will open this page. Registered, if you see lot of institute has already registered under this. So, there is a button called registered your institute, click there. You will get a page where you can register your institute and that registration is password protected. So, what I recommended, since this software is free and open access, anybody can do anything. So, suppose institute A can be registered by many faculty. So, instead of doing that, you can take one of you can take the responsibility to register your institute, so that multiple registration of same institute never happen. If it is multiple registration, it is very difficult to remember under which institute name you have created your own course. So, I will recommend for every institute, if anybody can voluntarily act as an institute representative, first register the institute by institute representative. So, you registered your institute, let us I give an institute name which is, let us I give a name called our pedagogy, or you can say that this course, this outcome based education. This is or institute, let us institute is FDP. FDP already registered. So, I can say the instead of FDP, let us institute ABC is an institute. Okay. So, institute name is ABC as an institute. So, institute representative, let us I act SDM as an institute representative, and mail ID is given and password which I have to create. So, let us I create the password. Do not use extra character, only use the digit, hyphen and alphabet, do not use other extra character. Okay. So, password I created, digit, hyphen, alphabet and at the rate you can use. Then there is a institute mission. So, as an institute, when I am registering, I have to enter the institute mission. For time being, I can skip it. Later on also a institute representative can modify the institute mission, add the institute mission, add the institute mission. So, I write down institute mission, then I have to write down institute mission here. Then you have to give the address, it is optional, but those are mandatory, then submit. Once you submit, your institute is registered successfully, press OK button. So, what I have registered? I registered as institute ABC. So, I can find out the institute ABC in here, ABC. So, I click there. How to find out? Click on the institute, lot of institute name is there, some of our alphabet, there is a somebody has given some extra character, some space, that is why the order is not there, but it can be order also. Then I can say the control F and write down ABC, type ABC, you can go to the ABC institute. So, under a institute what is exist? There is a program. So, institute ABC, let us has a 3 program, electronics, electrical and computer science, or let us civil or chemical, whatever. So, let us one of the program of the institute ABC is ECE. I can write electronics and communication engineering full, you have to write the full, but I am writing that ECE. Then program educational objective, that means program outcome, you have to write down the program outcome here, and then the institute representative password. So, program can be added by institute representative only. Nobody else cannot register the program under this institute registration, because it required password. So, it restricted the duplicate entry only. So, under the institute registration, you registered your institute. Once you registered your institute, it will come here, click here. So, I have opened to the ECE. So, under a program or ECE BTech electronics engineering, let us it is a BTech electronics engineering. So, ECE 4-year BTech, maybe ECE there may be MTech program. So, write down the program name only. So, ECE means 4-year BTech ECE degree only, ECE. Okay? So, it is not that electronics department may have 3 or 4 program. So, I have to register only program. So, ECE is a program, it may be a 4-year BTech program, then I can write down another name for MTech program, that MTech on let us the embedded system engineering is my MTech program name. So, I can write down that. So, each program, once I click on the program, consists of several courses. 4-year BTech electronics engineering has include several courses, course 1, course 2, let me this course, this course, this course, this course. So, you have to register your courses. You can register your course here. So, institute name will come, discipline will come, principal developer name you can give, and then email ID. Who have registering course, that email ID use as a user ID, and you have to create a password for your own course. Suppose I am one of the faculty of this ECE 4-year ECE program, then my course is basic electronics. So, I can write let us I say write or communication, digital communication, let us say digital communication. Okay, I write digital communication. Okay, right. Digital communication is my course. Then I am the developer. So, developer name again I write my name and write email ID and give the again set the password. So, as a in electronics department, then give the contact number, because if the contact number given, then program who has the institute coordinator, he can see which faculty registered for which course, he can call you if any problem is there. So, let us I give one number, then whether the course is core or elective, UG, PG, and this is one semester, which semester you run the course, all kind of information you have collected and then submit. Once you submit, your course is registered successfully. So, my course is registered digital communication. Once I registered my course, I click on digital communication, I see the course development pages here. Click here. I can click there and I can develop the course here. So, what is my email I have given? This one is the email ID and this one is the password. So, I log in. Once I log in, I get the course structures. What is the course structure consist of? Institute mission, institute vision is written by the your institute representative, because institute mission is the same thing for all program. Institute vision will be same for all program. So, they are come to the course. Program educational objective for this particular program will come automatically here. After seeing the institute mission, institute vision, program educational objective, we have to think what kind of CO I should write, which will map my program educational outcome, and also keep in mind what is the requirement for PO, program outcome, the measurement matrix of accreditation. So, here if you see course overview, I can write course overview here. What I said in course overview in the previous lecture, the course overview consists of two paragraphs. One paragraph, how you motivate the students, means you have to explain or write down why this course relate with practical solving issues, or I can say as a faculty how you motivate your students. Write down one paragraph on that, and one paragraph is the coverage of the courses. So, once you can write down. If you see here button, submission button is add. So, today I can write down 2 lines, next day I can edit it and add another 2 lines, next day I can add another 2 lines. So, that facility is there. So, I can write add, once I add it will be submitted. Next day I came and write another line, then add, it will be added up. Okay. If you see, suppose I have already written down something, I want to edit it, I click it, it will be open up here, I can delete it and then update. So, as a faculty, I am developing the course overview. Next, course objective or course outcome. This objective is not the course goal, which I said that the teacher's outcome, it is not teacher's outcome, it is a learner outcome. This objective is instructional objective. Instructional objective. So, here objective means outcome, course outcome. Is clear? So, course outcome. How do I write the course outcome? As a teacher, I have to think what are the major takeaway by the students from this course, what are the major skill will be developed under this course. Many of us say, oh, my course is in introductory level, so it will cover that, describe this thing, define this thing, and then go to comprehension and then to application. If you offer the same course for BTech in 4 year, after 10 plus to 4 year degree program or more than 4 year degree program, and you write that your CO is on describe, define, then people may say that course is not appropriate for that program. So, when you write the CO for a after 10 plus 2 4-year or more than 4-year degree program, or I can say higher education degree program, then I can say my outcome should be in upper cognitive level. It should be start from application, analysis, synthesis and evaluation, not comprehension and knowledge. Define certain thing is required, but that should not be included as a course outcome. They are the not major outcome. So, they may be a module or unit outcome, not course outcome. Clear? Now, how do you write the outcome in this software? What kind of help is provided? In this framework, suppose as a teacher I do not know what is Bloom's taxonomy and what are the action verb exist and how they are categorized, that information is not, that is not my knowledge. So, what should I do? I said the software provide you a help. What help? If you click all, then all the action verb will be displayed here. What is action verb definition? All English verb which are measurable are called action verb. If I say student will know this, student will understand this, are not measurable. That is why those are not there in this list. Student will be asserted, not all kinds of things. So, you have to think the action verb which are measurable, and also to make the outcome specific, measurable, achievable, you have to add the condition component and criteria component. How do I write the outcome? I copy one outcome from which I have already written, I will show you. So, I have decided this is one of my outcome. Okay. So, I write down the outcome here without doing anything. I just from the word I copy the outcome and paste it in this box. Now, find out what are the action verb exist in this outcome. So, what are the action verb? List and design. I do not know what is the cognitive level of list, what is the cognitive level of design. So, I click all and I click here L. So, what are there? Label, list. So, I have list. So, I click there. Then and there it display, once I click list, it is displaying that it is knowledge level. Okay. So, it is displaying the knowledge level. In here it is displaying it is knowledge level. Then I again go up and go for D. So, what is deduce, define, derive, design. What is the cognitive level? Synthesis. Which one is the upper level? Synthesis. What Bloom says that if a learner achieve upper level, it is assumed that lower level he knows, he has developed, or the skill is developed, he or she achieved. So, cognitive level of this outcome is synthesis. I select the design and then submit. So, one outcome is written down. Next, I write down the next outcome. Let us this one. Write down the outcome. Again, I have to find out which is the action verb. Determine. So, I go here, I click D. Determine. What is the cognitive level? Analysis. Submit. So, in this way, you write down 5 to 6 outcome which will be achievable by 40 hours of contact organization of 40 lectures hours, which is achievable by 40 lectures hours. Okay. Now, there is another kind of help. If you see that there is a knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. So, if you click on application level, in this side it will show only those action verbs which are in application level. Okay. So, why I give this help? Because this is required. Suppose I want to think an outcome. As a teacher, I know I want to write an outcome which is in evaluation level. Then and there go to evaluation level, I will find out what are the action verbs exist in evaluation level. Then I can think on that orientation and write down the outcome. But never think that I have to write down a evaluation level outcome, that is why I am writing. Always think what are the major takeaway by the students from your course. As a teacher, within these 40 hours, I will develop this skill, this skill, this skill and this skill. Those skills are essential for that program. Okay? Based on that, you have to write down the outcome. Okay? So, this is the course. How do you write down the course outcome? And in the software, it is said course objective, it is instructional objective. If you see, there is an example. Instructional objective is a statement of something which is specific, measurable and achievable, and that student should be able to do after receiving the instruction. A well written instructional objective should have the performance component, condition component and criteria component. Okay? I can delete any outcome at any time. If I click delete button, it will be deleted. Suppose I have done some mistake in this outcome, I can edit it. Just click on edit button, it will open up here again and you modify it and submit. It will be edited. So, the option is edit, delete and also I can change the order also, up and down. I can down this objective, I can up this objective, but that does not matter, means order of the outcome does not matter. A learner has to achieve this, order does not matter. He can decide which one he want to achieve first, which one, or as a teacher you can say this is the module 1, so you will be achieve objective 1 from module 1 and 2. So, that way the order will be defined. Okay? So, objective means instructional objective, same as outcome, again I am saying. Then once this course outcome is written down, then course have several modules. A course consists of several modules. What are the module? First module, second module, third module. My module name is, first module name is let us ADC, I write down. Then add. Once I add, a module is added in my course. For each module, there is a module overview. Again, I have to write down module overview. What is coverage of the module and how this module fit into the course. Okay? I write down the module overview. Then once I write down the module overview, then there is a module outcome or module instructional objective. Again the procedure is same. Writing outcome procedure is same. Only when you think the module outcome means the outcome which is achievable within that module. So, let us an example I have written down. I have first module in my course is reverberation and I can say for a this is my module outcome, this is may not be correct 100% correct, this is my module outcome. I control C and I can paste it here and I can find out what is the action verb determine. So, I go for D and then I write down determine What is determine? Determine, submit. So, module outcome is written down. Second module outcome, third module outcome I can written down. Next one is module overview, module outcome done. Then module unit. What is the module unit? Lecture. Each unit means 1 hour lectures. So, every lecture must have a name. So, I put the name. I put the name like this, add. So, a module consists of several lectures, not one lecture. So, first module have a 5 lectures. So, 5 lectures. So, this is lecture 1, then I put lecture 2, then I put lecture 3 and lecture 5. Each of the lecture has lecture summary or unit summary. Lecture means unit. Unit summary, again you have to write down the unit summary, 2-page lecture summary. That means, what are the key concept covered in this lecture? Write down in 2 page. Okay? You can add figure equation in this box. So, if you see there is a help, if you click help, a PDF will be open up. I will show you, and it is written how to insert equation and image in that overview. So, you can able to put an image, an equation, table, anything on this summary which is required. Then once the lecture summary is done, I can go to the lecture outcome or lecture instructional objective. The procedure is same. Let's I copy one again from my slides. I have already written down lecture outcome. What is the lecture outcome? Like this. Define reverberation time. Let's say first lecture I have given that they should able to define reverberation time. So, I go for D. Define, submit. Then you can say what is the difference between the course outcome, module outcome, lecture outcome. Course outcome are the measured takeaway by the students at the end of the course, holistic view of the course. Module outcome within that module, lecture outcome within that lectures. Okay or not? So, course outcome, module outcome, lecture outcome, or in this software it is named as unit outcome. Okay? I have written down outcome. What I said, every outcome must be associated with a test item. So, once I say unit outcome I have written down, if you go to the unit level problem, this means I have to provide a question here or problem here by which I can test whether I achieve these outcomes or not. So, I can say define reverberation time. I can ask the students, if they are able to define it, they achieve this outcome. So, I click this outcome and submit. Is clear? Similarly, when I say module outcome, when I go for the module level, let us module level, course module, then there will be module level problem. Here, if we click in the objective, this module objective will be shown here. So, you have to define at least one problem by which a student can test whether he achieved that outcomes or not. Is clear? Then there will be a course level problem. Again, if we click here link with objective, all course level outcome will be shown. So, you have to provide a problem here, and you say same problem can be related to the multiple outcome also. So, I can say these problems cater to outcome number 1 and 2 both. Submit. Okay. Then under a module there is another Number 5, module learning strategy. What is module learning strategy? I said module learning strategy is the reference of the material from where the students can learn or achieve that module. What I said? You try to include all kinds of learning resources here. Link of the learning resources. Don't copy the learning resources here. Link of the learning resources. Some of the link can be visual learning, some can be textual learner. So, you use textual learning material, visual learning material, animation material, audio video material, whatever the material you exist, you put it there. So, what it means that I am saying I have provided the student the target is provided, they can test whether they reach the target or not by solving the test item, and I am providing the path, text based path, video lecture based path, maybe audio visual path, all kinds of resources are there. So, what I am saying that philosophy is that target is provided and test item is provided by which I can test whether I reach the target or not, and path is provided. So, if I have a visual learner, I can go for the visual path. If I have a textual learner, I can go for the textual path. So, depending on my learning style, I can choose which kind of material I want to learn, from which material I want to learn, but target is fixed. Whether you are a visual learner, textual learner, whether you learn from Google, whether you learn from Khan Academy, MIT Coursera, does not matter, you have to learn the target. So, what I am saying, once the target is provided, to reaching the target is the learner responsibility. Here you can also mention how, what are the possible methodology to achieve the target. As a teacher you can say, so there is some concept which is very difficult. You can say, make a 5 people group, each people will solve or read this book, this chapter, you read this book, this chapter, you read this book, this chapter, you read this book, this chapter, and discuss among yourselves to achieve that target. So, what I am saying, in module learning strategy, I am giving the instruction to the students to become a collaborative learner. So, I am enhancing the collaborative learning also. You can say, watch this video for 15 minutes, then pause it, then try to answer this kind of questions. You can mention there in the module learning strategy. So, module learning strategy explain how you can achieve the goal within that module. So, if every module goal if I achieve, what it means? I have achieved the course goal, because course goal are implemented in the module and module are implemented in the lectures. But course goal, since I cannot write down all small outcome, why should I write down? That will be outcome of the lecture, that can be outcome of the module, not course. Okay? So, this is the procedure to develop the entire course. Once you develop the entire course, then you see the teaching become very easy. What today you are trying to do, or tomorrow I have a class, last night you search Google, find out some PPT from here and there and make a PPT and go to the class and start presenting the PPT. And students also very smart, they find out the PPT in the Google and they said, okay, oh that PPT, I will see it during the exam. But if you develop this thing, tomorrow what lecture I have to give is already mentioned. 40 hour, 40 lecture hour is defined there, module is defined there, course goal is defined there. So, next lecture I will show you a course view and then I will explain how this will be used in the classroom to fulfill the question I raised in the first slide of this course, how to engage student, how to develop skill, what is continuous improvement of curricula, self learning ability and large classroom. I will explain that thing in next lecture. Okay? Thank you.